I come from a troubled past, the mind of a double standard. I write with the other
What's
hand.
good? Once again, I am your host, Poetin the One, and initially, that is my screen name for just about everything. You know what I mean? You're trying to find Poetin or what we're doing at MenOvHonor, you can definitely look up Poetin the One, HASHPOETIN. My brother Ken, his screen name is Ken Isms.
It's all about the isms.
It's all about the isms. So we could get that correct. It's KENIZ. Let me look it up real quick so we got facts.
KEN, I think, IZM underscore.
I
don't even know my own.
That's crazy.
Handle, but you know, I just don't be giving like too much attention to the social media part, but I should.
But let me
really should.
make sure y'all get my boy information correct. It is KENIZM underscore.
There you go.
Check him out.
That's it.
He's a dope kid.
Oh man.
Dope kid with
Blow
lots
my
of intelligence. You know what I mean?
Thank
You know I'ma big him up. That's why he here. You know what I mean? But anyway, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to another great episode at the MenOvHonor Podcast. Right now, our topic today, before we get started, is gonna be the destruction of self-love. It's a lot of stipulation behind it. A lot of people use the term in a cliche kind of way and clearly has a misconception about what the term self-love really means. And in return, it has been used wrongfully, and in results, the outcome of it was destructive. You know what I'm saying? Instead of understanding, what self-love means, people misinterpret it for, discluding everyone else around you, kind of being a little bit obsessed, and just absorbed with self, which in my opinion is very destructive. You know what I'm saying? It's very destructive. First of all, I was doing a little bit of research, and I discovered that the percentage of people that suffer from self-esteem or low self-esteem is 85%, which is off the chain.
It's a huge number when you really think about it.
Huge.
Are we talking about Americans, or we talking about like just people around the world?
I'm assuming that number came from people around the world.
Okay.
Yeah, and on a greater scale, that lets you know where, the way people really feel about themselves, which to me is why, there's such great need. Now you would hear a lot of people talk about love yourself or use the term self-love. I personally don't like the term self-love.
Why?
And I'm going to explain why.
Yeah.
I have witnessed narcissism firsthand, and narcissism is destructive.
Man, that's very true. But I think, you know what? There's a fine line. Like self-love.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, like you said, people really don't have a good opinion about themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's completely understandable in the society we live, like the type of society that we live in today, the priorities that society places on like what's man, let me use an example. Like, I think social media, and I'm the one to blame social media. Like, I don't think we should blame, as people, as human beings, external sources to like our troubles in life.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Go ahead. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I feel like we shouldn't blame like external things. Like I think we should take self responsibility for as much as we can. You know what I'm saying? Right. But there are forces outside that I get it. We don't have control over. It might affect us. But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people, a lot of Americans, at least because this is where I'm from, I'm more familiar with America, have self-deprecating views about themselves. Now, when you say self-love, I guess it's a fine line between just appreciating who you are and then implementing like things into your life to enhance yourself, and then taking, or you could go the other path and taking the idea of self-love into, I'm going to feed my ego.
Yeah.
And into a way where I think I'm better than everybody and I have to be the top dog and nobody can, and I have to, put everybody down. Yeah, you're right about that. Narcissism can be very dangerous and you will literally like push all opportunities away from you.
Out the door.
Closed doors.
Seriously.
Nobody wants to be around a narcissist.
No, indeed.
But you had said you were around narcissists. Like, what's like the top qualities that you like find in narcissistic people? Okay. That you could spot it out immediately.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna share because I dug deep into this. Because it scared me when I learned that that's what I was dealing with, right? And honestly, it's mortifying if you're dealing with it in close range. It's not good. But anyway,
you talking about like family wise?
Man, I'm talking close.
Yeah.
But it was a learning experience. But basically, narcissism is an overindulgence of self. An obsession, if you will, with self. And some of the symptoms, Jay, close those doors, both of them. And some of the symptoms lack of, or should I say, you're dealing with someone who has a problem saying, I'm sorry. I'm talking about you might have known them for a long time. You've never heard this person apologize. When they do apologize, they're apologizing in third person. In other words, I'm going to clear that up. They will use terms like, I'm sorry you felt that way. I'm sorry you felt like I did this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you think this way. They don't accept responsibility for anything.
They do not.
They don't. Another thing is, if you look at somebody's page, and 99% of their profile consists of a facial picture, it's a slight chance.
But check this out, though. Like, you mentioned they have a problem saying sorry.
Right.
That's that pride and the ego. I feel like there's two types of self, right? There's the self of, like, who you are naturally.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Who you are behind the closed doors, behind the eye, of being worried about being judged, of people viewing you a certain way.
Right.
There's that self. And then there's the artificial self that you create for other people to view you as, what you want to project to the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I feel like you have to differentiate those two when you say self, okay? And that's where the education comes in, and a lot of these guys, and they got a lot of self-help gurus on the internet and whatnot, and a lot of them take advantage of that, or they really don't know how to be a good teacher, what I'm saying? And they don't differentiate between the how-to steps on how to really love yourself, and that's where the confusion comes in, and people start investing that type of energy into the wrong areas and becoming narcissists, having big egos, and then they pretty much stay where they were, or even in worse positions than where they were in their personal life. You feel me? So it's like, that education, like, you got to be a good teacher And it's crazy that you have so many people that feel that way, that they feel they aren't good enough, and they're just self-deprecating. Mm-hmm. And then when you have a society that's built around me first, you know, it just agitates that symptom, that sickness, you know.
Man, hey, look, I want to say something really quick to educate my viewers. There's a reason. I have a reason, and I heard this said one time, and I totally had to snatch it up. But it says, the simple reason why, me personally, I believe in being honest, not only with yourself, not only with people, but with yourself. Sorry. It's because of one simple fact. The truth is easy to remember.
It's scary to admit too, though.
But you know what? If you was to put on a facade or create, it would be so much harder to memorize it.
Man, hey, some people are good at bullshitting, man.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
You gotta master that. The art of bullshitting is an art form within itself, you know.
And Doug, you are absolutely right. And I'm amazed by people who have mastered the art of lying. I think the outcome for those individuals is devastating.
Let me ask you this. I mean, because obviously you can say the outcome for lies can be devastating.
Right.
This is true, But let's talk about lying on a bigger scale. We could talk about lying on a smaller scale. We could talk about lying as far as, your spouse asks you, where were you last night? Because you didn't come home until 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you could have been doing some foul stuff behind,
right. And you gotta come up with a story.
Right, you gotta come up with a story and you say something.
Smartphones don't change.
All right, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe you get away with it. All right, maybe you get away with it and everything's good. You enjoying your cake and eating it too, whatever. Or maybe it gets discovered, right? Yeah. And then you gotta go deal with the consequences of maybe getting separated from the person you with, or maybe that you stay with them, but the trust is no longer the same.
It's no there, yeah.
But we could move up on a bigger scale. We could talk about bankers. We could talk about business people. Maybe you want to make a business deal, and you lie in order to get this person to invest money into your company, But you know that whatever you're promising them, it's not going to be fulfilled, right?
Right.
And people actually get away with stuff like that all the time. You feel me? So, like, lying can have consequences, but then at the same time, there are sociopaths and there's psychopaths out there and I think they did a study not too long ago. I'm not sure about the study who did it, but like most top CEOs and people like in top positions in corporations and stuff, they found them out to be like most of them have sociopathic tendencies.
Right.
They don't. Right. They lie. They don't sleep well at that night. Yeah. They're gonna say, everything will be okay, but it's not. But they're gonna sleep well at night,
Yeah, like those people, there's a definite disorder because, along with sociopathic tendencies, you have what is the word I'm looking for? You're unable to feel empathy.
It's true.
Which is a huge problem because now you're not able to identify with or sympathize or show sympathy towards someone else that's going through a situation or difficulty, right?
Right.
And, not to get too far away from the subject, but neither one is good.
Yeah, but that's why I like to kind of highlight that fact that just because you lie don't mean that there's going to be negative consequences for. I mean, eventually I hope there is, but because I believe in karma, right?
Yeah.
But some people lie, man, and they build a whole life around it and a great life.
Ken trying to pacify the lies.
No, I'm not trying to pacify. All I'm saying is that, like, I wish the world worked in a system where the righteousness always acted. You know what I'm saying? Always flourished. But that's not the case, though. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, there's certain people that are able to function in a whole fake world that they built around.
Yes.
But for the average person, like, I consider myself an average human being. Nothing special. But I feel like if I were to build a whole life around lies, damn, I would go crazy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and you couldn't say it better, because the result of building a lifestyle around lies is devastating.
And you got to be micromanaging all the time, making sure everything, you know what I'm saying, is coincides with what you said 2 weeks ago. You feel me? And it's like, damn, that's some stressful ass shit to live by. And talk about. I want to let it bleed into the main topic.
Okay.
Of self-love, because we got a big problem of social media, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, or whatever. Got a whole bunch of lies up in there.
I'm telling you, because people have become engulfed in a world where they feel the need to, create a platform for themselves by way of opinions. It's showing some static, but yeah. So now, we don't only have right or wrong. We have right, wrong, maybe right. That's your opinion, right. That's your opinion, wrong. It's a lot of variables now, and people, they by this point they have completely stemmed away from the basic foundation of truth, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Now, truth, I feel like truth, man, it can't be black and white.
Some static.
You getting some static on my mic?
Yeah, and I think, all right, cool.
Okay.
Now, it's a short right there.
Okay.
Yeah, so keep it in one spot, probably.
Truth ain't as black and white as we all think it to be. And a good example I would use would be, the biggest, easiest example would be religion,
Yeah.
I could be Muslim.
Yeah.
And as a Muslim, my truth is the Quran.
Okay.
My truth is there's only one God.
Right.
This will be the last religion, will be the true religion.
Right.
All other religions that come before this and after, it's not the way.
Yeah.
And God is the Savior.
Right.
That would be my truth. Now, if I were a Christian, now I'm not, a Christian, and I'm not a Muslim.
Okay.
But if I were a Christian,
go ahead.
I myself would say Jesus is the path.
Right.
If you don't believe in Jesus, then you can't find God.
True indeed.
Right.
True indeed.
So, like, the truth, it's not as black as white.
Right. Now, honestly, that's the part of today's world people like myself will have a problem with, because there's no such thing as truth outside of, let's hear an aesthetic again, outside of black and white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, if I look at the wall right now, it's painted silver. Plain sight, first thought, I would think gray. Period. There's no okay, well, this faded gray or dark gray. You know what I'm saying? It's great. Now, there's people that would like to dissect that and pick that apart. And this is the beginning of our own demise, in my opinion.
Now, hold on. You said it was great.
Yeah.
Who told you it was great?
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
What if I grew up and that was my yellow?
See, that's a problem. That's
Right?
a problem. And
So-
I don't like to get into that world because that's
well,
the
we got
begin-
to. We got to, though.
But this is where our corruption has begun.
Okay.
Because now, instead of people saying, okay, boom, this is law. Now it's like, where I come from, that's your law. You know, it doesn't matter where you come from. This paper, okay, clearly, this paper has a line, an outliner. There's a red line that you could visibly see.
Right.
It's no doubt. You know, you can't look at this page and not see this red line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what I'm saying is, we've gotten so far away from what truth is. We've merged into a world where people create their own truth, and you have a lot of lost people walking around, point blank. But you know, it also aligns with the people who believe that there's this huge demand for self-love, because now, you know, I could relate to self-development. I could relate to looking at myself and identifying with some of my flaws in some areas where I'd like to improve or perfect, you know, or develop and start working on it, right? But I don't like self-love. Maybe I got PTSD or something, but I don't like self-love. And when I say that, I mean, like, from the things I've seen, self-love could be, it has been misinterpreted and believed to be, you know, this process where you go through, where you just feel like you need to love yourself. Now, I was talking, sir, close the door and don't come back in here. If you're staying in here, stay here. Close the door, don't come back in here. Yeah, so, you know, we was talking about this at the shop today, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I was sharing with the people that I've been blessed to be on earth 40 years, which is crazy. I can't believe that I'm actually 40. But shouts to the healthy brothers and sisters taking care of themselves, making 40 look like late 20s, you know what I mean? All that good stuff. Health is wealth, you know what I mean? Keep doing what you're doing. You'll be around for a minute. You feel what I'm saying? So I was basically sharing with the people, like, I've seen the power of love. And when I say love, I mean loving people around you. I've seen the effects, and to be quite honest with you, there's nothing that could compare to unconditional love. You know, that love that, you know, just burns inside you, that you have to get off. You have to show to somebody. Your day is not right unless you love somebody else, or unless you loved on somebody else. I'm a staunch believer in love. Also, I'm a lover. You know, there's two sets of people in this world. There's lovers and fighters. I always like to say, I'm a lover with a whole lot of fight in them. You feel me? And I live by that. You know, it doesn't mean that by no means I'm scared of opposition, or, you know, I'm in fear of a challenge. It just means I'm at my best when I'm exercising love. You know what I'm saying? I'm at my best when I'm able to show you love, and I don't even have to know you. You know what I'm saying? I'm at my best when my love is clean. You feel what I'm saying? It's without motive. You know what I'm saying? So I really believe that. I stand by that strongly. I think we, in our own way, we've lost, the true meaning of what it means to love other people or love people around you. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about love, man, I've also noticed is no matter who you are, it don't matter how stiff you are, what your street credit is, what your real credit look like. This mic. If you was to exercise love, hold on 1 second. Hold on, I don't like this. If you were to exercise genuine love, you're gonna get one response. And believe it or not, it works every time. I don't care how stiff you are or how ignorant you are. If you was to show the devil love, let's go to an extreme, scale for a minute. Even the devil, in some way, would soften a little bit and reciprocate that in a small way. He might want to jump back into character, but he's going for a second soften and kind of, melt in that moment. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just powerful. It's proven to be powerful. You know what I'm saying? I like to, more give energy in the direction of giving love as opposed to focusing on myself. Now, to equate this with, what statistics has proven, as far as the percent of people or the percentage of people that lack or have low self-esteem, I completely understand. I'm not ignorant to that by any means. I understand why there's maybe such demand for it. You know what I'm saying? Me myself, I don't necessarily think I'm in the class of people of the 85% that suffer from low self-esteem. And I thank my mom's, since I was a kid, my mom she instilled the confidence. And parents, it's their job. It's your job to instill confidence in your kids by way of action. You a lot of times, mom and dad being active in the picture can help with the child's development of being confident or developing self-confidence. And it's a powerful thing. My mom used to say to me since I was a kid, she used to be like, son, you're good looking, you're handsome, the chicks, you're going to always have issues with females. She used to tell me this from a kid. She used to be like, you're the head and not the tail. You know what I'm saying? You're a leader, not a follower. She used to really speak these things into my life. And miraculously, what happened was I grew up with that confidence, and I began to walk in that light, because even things like when I was a kid, I used to slouch a little bit. Like my shoulders used to be caved in. And I've had some good people in my life that, brothers that would tell me, pick your shoulders up, square your shoulders up, raise your chin, kind of look up. You'd be surprised how just the posture would change your view on things, you know what I'm saying? And it also would help, in the long run, because if you was to practice, just like anything, slouching from a young age, when you get older, you are likely to have some sort of back problem in the upper shoulder area, So there's a lot of physical as well as psychological benefits of, just obtaining good posture, and it's a blessing when you grow up with that confidence. That's why I believe in speaking life into people and not necessarily speaking negatively, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. No matter how you look at it. You just, if you don't want to look at it from a spiritual perspective, just look at the physical evidence. A lot of people today, they would use words like good vibes only, positive energy only. They don't want to deal with people that's going to be negative or in any way bring them down. And that's because it's a natural desire as human beings for us to, be appreciated. You know what I'm saying? In Think and Grow Rich. No, not Think and Grow Rich. How to Win and Influence Friends by Dale Carnegie. It speak about things like, our world today, their natural desire of an individual human being, the number one desire is to feel appreciated, which is amazing. Like, there's studies on this. People don't give a crap about nothing. They just want to know that you recognize them, that you saw them, that you paid attention to them, even if it's for a second. It's crazy, but this is what we all kind of crave for in our own little way. We want to have placement. You know what I'm saying? I was saying to myself today, I'm one of those people that, when it's my time to leave Earth, I want people to miss me. You feel me? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I want people to think about me and damn near go into tears because of the effect that I had in their lives. You know what I'm saying? And that's important to me. I mean, I don't really necessarily need a huge mansion and to drive a Rolls Royce with, the skies in my ceiling. These things are not as important to me as the effect that I might have in people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I mentioned before, you can't take none of this with you. You get shot today, as good as you look, you're done. You know what I'm saying? There's no, no matter how you look at it, you can't take anything of material value with you. And therefore, that should let you know, okay, I might need to put some things in perspective in my life. I might need to, adjust my priorities, because a lot of the times we have our priorities mixed up. But what's the solution in your opinion, Ken, for, people who may suffer with low self-esteem?
Well, this is my opinion on the aspect of self-love.
Mm-hmm.
To me, in my opinion, you have a society that is constantly living in what you would call a state of a facade, always trying to kind of display this lifestyle in this world that I guess makes other people envious. Like on Instagram, you have a lot of quote unquote Instagram influencers, okay? Yeah. And these are pretty much people that have profiles with followings of thousands of people, sometimes millions of people, and they fill their page with content of traveling to exotic locations, showing off very expensive and luxurious cars and nice clothes, and just like this kind of a fantasy world that the average person, like, they look at that and they're like, damn, like, I wish I could have that, or like, I wish I could be living like that. And then that makes someone feel, I guess, somebody with a low self-esteem would feel bad, would feel that they're not good enough, that
they can't meet those standards.
Mm-hmm. They set the wrong standards for themselves, and I guess that's just part of it. Now, you do have a lot of more factors that fall into why somebody would have a low self-esteem,
right.
And this can come from childhood. This can come from coming from an abusive household, where you're told that you're not good enough and that you'll never amount to anything. It could come from being around people in your life, friends, teachers, and so forth, that never have told you a positive word about yourself. You've never received a compliment. and then you born into a society where everything is compete, to the victor goes the spoils, you know.
Right.
So you have a lot of people out here that, of course, I understand why you wouldn't feel like you are not worthy of whatever you have in your life.
Right.
You know, when we talk about, for example, when we talk about racism, okay,
Right.
when we talk about slavery, let's talk about slavery since we're at that.
Right.
You know, a while back, I did mention on one of the shows, I did mention white supremacy at one point.
Right.
And I mentioned that for a reason because, I mean, obviously that was, now I feel like it's still a factor in American society today, you know, but it's not possibly not viewed as the same way. But
Right.
like, there's still a lot of damage that slavery left behind in America.
True.
So when we talk about slavery and the way black people, or at least black Americans, view themselves has been very deprecated. Because when you look at fashion magazines, when you look, like if you look at a Pantene commercial,
Right.
most of the time you're going to see a very attractive, you know, young white female throwing her silky, you know, long hair back and whatnot, showing you that that's the standard of beauty. Now a sister looks at that, you know, and she grows up looking at the white Barbie doll, beautiful white Barbie doll, looking at the fashion models all being white. The standard of beauty being a white European standard of beauty.
Yep.
You're gonna have a demographic of people growing up with self-deprecating thoughts of I'm not that. I guess I'm not good enough.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
I guess I'm not what standard of beauty should be.
Yeah.
So you have to look at that aspect as well in society.
Right.
You know. So because you have all these different aspects, then you understand why people have a self-deprecating view. Now, self-love, you have to, because these people have, because we go through things like that as black people, if you want to focus on how American society has, you know, put us in and views us, or you want to put it in as an everyday thing that we all go through, as far as we always think we got to compete with the person next to us, that we're not good enough because we're all not 6'6", you know, we all not basketball players and so forth, and we don't think that probably the guy at the bar thinks that that girl isn't going to be into him because he's not that, or the girl doesn't think because she's not, you know, Megan Thee Stallion, she's not going to get that select brother or whatever she wants, you know. So the self-love thing is very important for me.
Yeah.
In the aspect that you have to learn how to accept who you are first. You know what I'm saying? You have to accept that you're not James Harden.
Yeah.
You're not James Harden. You not,
for the record,
you're not gonna ball as good as he is, and you're not gonna have his life. Period.
Because James Harden is not based on his looks at all. So
he's not. He's based on his skills.
His skills.
You know, the man. You can say whatever you want. The man works hard for where he is.
No, I don't take nothing away from him. Yeah.
But we got to be real about it. He hit the genetic lottery. Okay.
Yeah.
He hit the genetic lottery.
Okay.
He hit the genetic lottery in the way that he has his height, he has his build. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he had certain people around him that put him in a situation to be noticed by certain people to have the opportunity to scout and play in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Right. He hit the genetic lottery. Like I said, not everybody is 6'6".
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has a strong build like that. Yeah. So we have to say he hit the genetic lottery. That's him. That's his life, and that was his road. You know what I'm saying? But we all have to learn to love ourselves in accepting that we are who we are. We were genetically we were dealt the cards that we were dealt. Okay, so we got that. And next we have to just accept that we're not perfect. Okay?
Okay.
So you have to love what you were given by default to coming into this world.
Right.
And then the aspect of separating the ego from developing into an unproportionate size and developing a healthy ego is recognizing that you're not perfect and recognizing that not everybody in the world is ever going to be perfect. Right. And then striving to improve yourself day by day by day. And I want to go back to how you mentioned loving others.
Yeah.
That is another goal that as you improve yourself and learn to appreciate yourself and understand that you are unique and one among many, that you also have to come to appreciate everybody else's uniqueness.
Yes,
okay?
indeed.
And no matter how imperfect we are, how much of like some buttholes we can be to each other and how can we mistreat each other.
True indeed.
Sometimes you have to see the way I look at it like this is in order for me not to become spiteful with somebody that is being ill-mannered towards me, I take it as I don't try to implement my standard of living to them. Yeah. Just because I'm a good person doesn't mean that everybody else has to be a good person.
True indeed.
Now, if there's somebody being foul towards me, I just experience everybody, if that makes sense. Nobody's the same. So you just take everybody as a different experience, like a different flavor of ice cream. Shit, that lemon ice cream is going to hit you nasty, you know, but it is what it is. Like, that's that ice cream.
Right.
And then you might try butter pecan, and you might be like, damn, you know, that's my favorite ice cream from
right.
I'm coming back to it, you know?
Right.
And that's the way you got to view people, like different planets. Like, that's the experience on Saturn. That's the experience on Earth. That's the experience on Jupiter and et cetera, et cetera.
Hey, as you touched on that note, right there, I gotta get y'all. You know, I'm gonna get y'all a book,
astrology book.
Yes,
he's tripping.
Yes, that's the book for the show, people. You hear me? Shout outs to Thelma Balfour. Check her out. She is amazing. You know what I mean? She has a book. She's the author of 2 books that I've purchased. And you guys need to read these books. I guarantee you, once you read these books, you are going to have a more clear understanding of why we're so different as people. Now, the books are called The Black Sun Sign by Thelma Balfour, and the other book is called The Black Love Signs by Thelma Balfour. Guys, go check it out. I know a lot of people, they don't like to deal with astrology because they figure it's superstitious in some way. But don't cheat yourself on some knowledge that could better help you understand yourself and people around you. Don't do that. Open that book, because we was born with God-given traits, right? God-given traits that separates us, and like Ken say, makes us unique in our own way, which is important. This is why maybe the media and what it projects doesn't have an effect on me, because first of all, I believe that I'm unique. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that if you look like Quasimodo, you gonna find a chick that look like Rihanna. It could be an issue there. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in a world. I know. There's ways. You mean?
But I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Quasimodo might have that arm. You feel what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. You feel me? But what my point I'm trying to make is that you should not base what the media's image of what you should look like affect the way you operate in life.
Take all that stuff from the media and put it in the trash.
In the trash.
That's all a fantasy. That's not real.
Yes.
It's a whole construct made to make you feel like you're not good enough.
Yes,
so you come buy these new clothes that's supposed to make you look good. Put on this cologne that is going to get you all the women that you've ever wanted. You know what I'm saying? Buy this new car that is going to get you that girl that you, or that guy that you've been looking at for so long. All that is meant to make you become a slave. And purchase. And guess what? The more you try to find an external solution to your self-esteem, you ain't never gonna find a solution.
No,
you
indeed.
ain't never gonna fill it up. That void,
Indeed.
you ain't never gonna fill it up.
Because guess what? Next year they're gonna have another level of acceptance.
Exactly.
For you guys. You feel me?
It starts from in here.
It starts from in here. You have to, and I'm gonna run by you guys a list of ways to deal with low self-esteem, right? And I've been looking up some things, and I it gives me a better understanding, right? But I don't just want to jibber jabber here. I want to give you guys things that you could start working on. A few things that I discovered. First, deal with dysfunctional thinking. Deal with dysfunctional thinking. Research shows that negative thinking is the linchpin responsible for setting off low self-esteem. You know what I mean? Depression also colors your world. Depression corrodes judgment and thinking styles. Judgment and thinking styles. Negative thoughts become destructive, making susceptible to poor decision and abuse situations. All right, so that's number one. You know what I'm saying? Then you have seeking positive support. You know what I'm saying? Start to surround yourself with people that are more likely to be positive, that are more likely to invest positivity into your life or speak life into you, as opposed to surrounding yourself with negative people who you constantly find yourself trying to keep up with. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of some of the things that you would want to exercise in self-development to help with low self-esteem. You know what I'm saying?
And you might come from like an environment that you don't have positive people around you. So that's when you take into initiative where it's like, well, if I can't find anybody, then I don't really have to be around these people.
Right.
1, 2, man, there's auto-suggest. I mean, like, tape recorders and all that stuff as far as like you listen constantly to, you got the internet. I mean, internet's so accessible now.
Right.
Constantly listening to positive information and, things, reading content that is positive and, really feeds you mentally and as far as your spirit's concerned.
Yeah.
If you can't be around positive people that can tell you some positive or good about yourself, then you need to do the latter. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
You need to do the latter because obviously we got to be realists. There's a lot of environments, a lot of households that just hold toxic people in general.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you gotta kind of divert your attention elsewhere as far as what I look at, instead of being on YouTube looking at, Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless and all that. look at some positive information that uplifts your spirit and your mental.
Yes, indeed. Uplift yourself. I believe in that staunchly. Because people, you got to realize, we have tremendous access to resources nowadays that once upon a time, as a minority, we weren't allowed access to. You understand? You guys got to understand this. And I may not be talking to everybody, but there's a specific few. You hold this device in your hand. This is a powerful device. Not to mention, this joker is $1,200. You better use this mug for something good. You know what I'm saying? So instead of going to YouTube channels and, wasting your time keeping up with the new trend, bro, open up the YouTube platform, open up your Google, open up your Chrome and start looking for things that would steer you into a more positive way of life, that is going to surround you with people that are going to uplift you. You know what I'm saying? I was watching a documentary called The Great Hack. Powerful documentary. You know what I'm saying? And basically it lets you know that there's a system in place that stores data on us as individual people, right? While you doing your Google search, you looking up whatever. Today you look up cars, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow you looking up jeans, a couple hours later you looking up chicks, you looking up how to get, your car fixed. They are literally storing data on you. Now, this is based on what the documentary is expressing or showing you. It's not, allegedly, it's not legal. I might not.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's like when you do searches on the internet or YouTube.
Yes.
The algorithms kind of find out what you like as far as like what you visit the most.
Right.
And then it starts like pushing pop-ups or links that cater to those interests that you have, right?
Yes.
I get what.
Yes. And real quick, let me just see. Okay, I'll look it up real quick. HACK. All right. Yeah, it's called A Great Hack. You know what I'm saying? Explore how data company named Cambridge Analytica came to symbolize the dark side of social media in the wake of the 2016 U.S. presidential election. It's you guys need to check it out. It's pretty powerful. And the director here, his name is Karim Amir and Jahan Nojaim. I might be pronouncing it incorrectly, but it say Noujaim. And I didn't watch the entire documentary. I had about 35 minutes remaining, but I watched the majority. And the documentary is an hour and 54 minutes, so I watched the majority of it. But basically, Cambridge Analytica is apparently a business, and they've been storing database, what I'm saying, on you, us as the American people, and they basically know you better than you know yourself. It's scary, what I'm saying. You look up, a cruise on Google, and 10 minutes later you go on Instagram and you're scrolling down your feed, and boom, here go a bunch of ads about cruises and deals on getaways that you didn't even ask for. It just popped up. Well, these things don't just pop up. There's a database created on us as individual people. So, I think that, to get back to the point, use what you have, the resources that you have, to educate yourself, to elevate yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's a world of people for everybody out here. If you looking to, be the best mechanic, there's a world of people that specialize and live and breathe mechanics on Earth that you could surround yourself with, that will, blossom you and bring the best out of you. You know what I'm saying? If you like poetry, there's a poetry world. There's people out here, they live and breathe words. They're just geniuses at this. You feel what I'm saying? If you draw, there's a world of people that are immaculate with that pencil. You feel what I'm saying?
Just to get to that point that you had made about how there are companies out there that view the searches that you make and cater the content that pops up in your web feed. Mm-hmm. That's again back to big business. These corporations, they cater to you in a way and construct a reality, or have such a big influence in society, to where everything that you see out there is meant to make you feel like you need it.
Right.
To make you feel like you need it in a way to become admired, loved, appreciated, so they can get your money in their pockets.
Yes.
Okay. This is the way capitalism works. This is the way the big corporation
billion-dollar business.
So you have to understand that your sickness, the issue of insecurities and self-esteem, they exploit it to its fullest. In order to get your money.
Yes, and are banking on every buck. You not getting a dime off of this. These people are paid somewhere, probably on an island that belong to them, that probably don't have people on it. It's just them.
Look this stuff up, man. Like in the 60s, and they had ads with doctors, right?
Yeah.
Recommending cigarettes, saying it's good for you. Good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? When you look at a music video and you see a upcoming rapper or whatever with a Bentley with 10 girls in the back seat or whatever, then it makes you feel like you're not worthy, you know? It makes you feel like, damn, if only I had that, I would be noticed and I would be loved and I would be admired and stuff like that.
Man.
But that's what business do. Like it's structured to make you feel like that. Like marketing teams are there for a reason, to make you feel like you need that product or you need to live that kind of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gucci, Versace, Armani, like all these are great. Don't get me wrong. It's good to have nice things. You know, ain't nothing wrong with it. But when you feel like you need to build your whole life around striving to keep that lifestyle, or you know, have all this material wealth to make you feel like you're somebody, bro, you're doing it the wrong way, and you're gonna live a very unfulfilled life and a very unhappy life.
Now, let's be clear. Advertisement in social media is powerful. Let's restate that. It is powerfully effective. Clearly. It's altering lives as we speak. It's somebody trying to figure out what wave they want to hop on next. They don't give a damn if it's going to lead them to jumping off a building.
Word.
Yeah. For the views, these niggas will jump off a building.
I saw a documentary a while back, and it was one of the deepest documentaries I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking about, it's a 4-part documentary, I think. 4 episodes.
Right.
And each episode was like 3 hours long.
Wow.
Now, they broke down the whole concept of big business and how they used propaganda marketing to influence global society in such a way where you're so conditioned and their philosophy is so entrenched in you that you don't even see that the everyday things that you do puts money in these people's pockets, right? Man. And it affects you as an individual in such a way to where you never feel fulfilled until you have that shiny new car or those brand new clothes, until the next season pops up and something more brand new and shinier pops up, and you give away more money, you know. This is why do you think we worship like movie stars and Hollywood stars like that? It's like you completely turn it around, like you act in a movie. How the hell did you change my life by being in a movie and being why should I have some unrealistic fandom and fever because you're an actress or an actor? It doesn't make any sense.
You know why?
But yet, like, just to finish this point, but yet you see them and they're always wearing the new Versace for the season or that new watch, you know, that new Omega watch.
Yeah.
Because once they wear it, everybody else wants it. And if everybody else wants it, somebody gonna make money off of it. You
Right.
want to feel just as beautiful as
Right.
important as people.
Once again, acceptance.
There you go.
Everybody wants to feel accepted. Now, let's look at the other side of the totem pole where, superstars are concerned, right? On the viewers' end of the table, they're looking at it like, man, he's a mega star. She's a mega star.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to where they are. So everything they do is golden in the eyes of people who have no placement in their own lives, who have low self-esteem, once again. Because if you grew up and if you're amongst the confident, you have a more solid placement in life, and you tend to move as such. You feel what I'm saying? You carry yourself about like, I'm an investor. I'm an investor on this land, and I'm here to invest positivity, invest change in your life. Now, you have some people investing the wrong things in people, in people who are followers, so to speak, and it's proven to be quite destructive. So, I mean, it would be in your best interest, once again, to follow the guidelines. Create visual cues, you know what I'm saying? Provide perspective and help you curb negative self-talk. For instance, leaving positive notes around the house and office and keeping inspiring quotes on your desktop, you know what I'm saying? These little things would help. Beginning your day with a boost, you know what I'm saying? I wake up in the morning, I get into my word, you feel what I'm saying? I look for a message. I got to hear something from God, you know what I mean? I seek him. I try my best to seek him on a daily basis. It's to the point now where my day is not going to feel right if I didn't tap into that word. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And after that, I might put on some motivational, you know what I'm saying? I just recorded a track, called Troubled Minds. It'll be out soon, you know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely going to follow it up with a video. I need all you guys' feedback on that, by the way. You know what I mean? Shouts to my boy Bread. You know what I mean? I've been working with Bread for a minute. He make the magic happen. But anyway, begin your day with a boost. I used to listen to people like Les Brown. I wake up, I put some Les Brown on. Les Brown gonna turn you all the way up. I'm talking about you ready to get a bag after you listen to Les Brown. You know what I'm saying? I try not to listen to foolishness. I don't really have a tolerance anymore for foolish talk. Like, I really get annoyed now. Like, if I'm around you, I got a cue, how you say, an alarm goes off in my mind. If I'm around people or I'm around somebody and I listen to them for about 10 minutes, right in that 10 minutes, if not less, probably 5, I could determine right off the muscle, okay, I can't talk with you too much because you have no sense. You feel what I'm saying? And, I'm not, saying this to downplay anybody, but I'm just saying, you choose the life that you live. You feel what I'm saying? You choose the people that you associate yourself with. You know what I'm saying? We all judge. People like to throw the word around, don't judge me. No, you judge too. So, what are you talking about? Understand the meaning of judging somebody else, first of all. Because judgment is what helps us to make decisions. It's just a part of our nature. You know what I mean? When you pick your friends, you judge. You know what I'm saying? When you pick your relationships, you judge. You based your decision on a judgment. You feel what I'm saying? So, understand the term and the effects, in its positivity, you know what I'm saying, the positive effect of judgment, because we have to use it to a certain degree, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, soothe yourself, you know what I'm saying? Stress the importance of nurturing yourself, even when this is the last thing you think you deserve or want to do. You know what I'm saying? Another help tool is discover and pursue your passion. Big deal. I was just talking to my client today. You know, his name Munda. Shouts to Munda. That's another genius on the way. You know what I'm saying? Me and Munda sit and chop it up. And you know, we was sharing some things based on, you know, how he feels, you know, finally being in the corporate world. Because, you know, we was assumed to believe that you go to college, you get a good job, your life is just going to be peaches and cream, right? And we get to this, we achieve this successfully and get to the platform that, once again, society pushes us into believing and realize this sucks.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm a staunch believer in doing what you have a passion for. I mean, it's nothing like doing what you have a passion for and then being paid for it. Now, I'm not knocking the people that have to report to a job or check in. I understand, man. Get your money by all means necessary. Keep the police off your back. You feel me? But it ain't nothing that's gonna compare to when you find what your passion is and you're rewarded by being paid for it. It's no comparison. It is amazing feeling. I'm living proof, you know what I'm saying? I'm an artist by nature. I draw, I love drawing. You know, shouts to all the real artists out there. I might not be as good as some of the artists I've seen because I'm a perfectionist. But I can draw. I can draw a live photo. I could sketch us sitting here in this room, you know, and make it look like close to us actually sitting here. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, in essence, just basically find out what your passion is. You know what I'm saying? And pursue that. You know what I'm saying? There's so many ways to generate income by the craft and the gift that God has given you. You have a gift right now. You have a gift that can't nobody else take from you. You feel what I'm saying? And God knew what he was doing when he created us. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? And hence the reason he gave us flaws. You feel me? It's to remind you that you are not perfect. And not only are you not perfect, you was not meant to be. You was not meant to be. And the other side of that, you are perfectly imperfect, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? You came with flaws. You know, you see a pretty girl like Rihanna, you think she's just gorgeous. Truth be told, Rihanna will make you put your phone down, right? She walk in this room right now. Yeah. But even Rihanna, as gorgeous as she is, possesses flaws. She has flaws. We may not know about it, but she has flaws.
Because that's what she portrays to the world, you know. Yeah. I mean, you don't see her behind doors. You see her when she goes out. Right. You know, you see her always dressed up.
Always dressed.
You ain't ever seen her, you know, in some, you know, house slippers and, you know,
plain
some PJs
Jane.
and whatever without no makeup, you know, with her hair undone. Like, it's just what she's displayed to the world. Right. And we all display what we want the world to perceive of us. You got to understand that.
Yeah, so, you know what I mean? You know, just find your passion. You know, another one real quick, because we getting ready to wrap this up.
Damn, I've been looking for that video the whole time.
Whole time? No, that's all good.
Can't find it, man.
Redefine failure. Keep trying. You know what I mean? When you have low self-esteem, it's common to think of yourself as a complete and utter failure, which is true. But failure is part of success. You know what I'm saying? Failure doesn't characterize you as a person or determine your self-worth. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be consumed by social media. It can be a chain and enslave you to self-destruct. You know, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Take everything with a grain of salt that you see on social media.
I'm telling you, limit the amount of foolishness that you intake into your subconscious. You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, what you listening to and what you seeing, 99% of the time is going to alter how you react to life. Period.
You could say no, subconsciously it has an effect on you without you even realizing it.
Without you even realizing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I hope that you guys got some good stuff from the show. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all. Much love to you guys. We getting ready to wrap this up. Before I close out, my boy Ken, do you got anything you want to bless the people with before we go?
You know, all I guess my closing point would just be that none of us are perfect, and none of us will ever be perfect. As far as we remain human, that's just being human, being imperfect.
Being perfect.
Don't ever try to set your standards up to somebody else's. Like I said, there's only one James Harden. There was ever only one Michael Jordan.
Right.
And there's only one Hash, and there's only one Ken, and there'll never be another one before that.
Indeed. No duplicates.
No duplicates. So don't try to set your standards to somebody else. Like, it's okay to have heroes and people you look up to.
Role models.
You know, role models, but don't ever try to walk in that same footsteps, because that path was different, and you're not going to have every single variable that allow them to be who they are in your life, you know. So I feel like, as far as self-esteem is concerned, just look within yourself, add to you, learn as much as you can, and develop new skills. You know what I'm saying?
True indeed.
And don't focus on anything external. I feel like when you start inside, everything outside is affected.
True indeed.
You know, so know that you're not alone. Hell, I've had plenty of issues with self-esteem, you know. So we all go through our troubles and our tribulations, but like I said, work from the inside, and everything outside will change. And much blessings to everybody out there, and I hope that everybody's in good health and stays in good health, and everything works out for all of y'all. And thank you for listening.
True indeed. You know what I'm saying? That's Jules. You know what I'm saying? For my brother Ken. In closing, I like to say, before me, there was none. After me, there will be many. Hate, jealousy, and envy are amongst the few. But for all that, we got remedy. You know what I'm saying? We could sit around all day and talk foolishly. You know what I'm saying? Why not change that into more positive conversation by putting some honor on it? You feel what I'm saying? Once again, I appreciate you guys for listening to the show. You know, I am your host, Poetin, the one, alongside my brother Ken Gamboa. You know what I'm saying?
Gamboa. Because somebody be calling me Gumbo. And
oh, no, indeed. No, indeed. Don't even play with my boy like that. You feel me? Yeah. In a minute, you're going to have to put a crown on him. I promise.
Oh, no, I ain't worried of that.
Trust me.
Oh, shit.
Trust me. If he ain't there yet, best believe we going to make him a king out here. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, we speaking that into existence.
You first,
know what I'm saying?
You first,
Right. Nah, I mean, I'm kinging. I ain't doing nothing but kinging. I don't, you know, I'm not going to accept nothing else for myself. You feel what I'm saying? But I appreciate you guys for listening. real quick, I wanted to let you know, for all my clients out there, I am on a new platform with Booksy. You guys would soon appreciate the power of Booksy, the comfort in what the business provides, the platform provides. You go on there. I believe my screen information is MenOvHonor Studios at Booksy.com. I may be wrong, but you download the app Booksy. You input my name into the search field, #Poetin, HASHPOETIN, and my profile will pop up. You can book all your further appointments on that platform. Also, my Instagram, #Poetin the one, HASHPOETINTHA1. I just implemented another feature on there. You can go to my platform, my profile page on Instagram, and you'll see a button called book. You hit book, instantly it's going to take you over to Booksy directly to my service, the service page, and from there you can pick a service and a time and schedule your next appointment. You'll instantly get a confirmation. So this is going to help, with stuff like me double booking, because like I said, it's caused a lot of complications in the past, and I'm trying to eliminate it to be more accessible to my clients, you know what I'm saying? And I believe that it'll be a great asset for everybody. So, it'll eliminate the text message. You guys don't have to text me or call unless you just calling to chop it up with your boy, and I'm okay with that as long as it's within business hours. You feel what I'm saying? So, we are gonna wrap this up. Don't forget those 2 books I recommended you guys, The Black Love Sign and The Black Sun Sign by Thelma Balfour. That's 2 books I just gave y'all. Go check those books out. Educate yourself on your science, why you behave this way, why you move the way you move, why other people move the way they move. You feel what I'm saying? It'll give you a sense of appreciation for the differences in personality and the fact that we are so unique as people. It's a good book. It's very informative, so educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit around here, trolling. You feel me? On YouTube, following niggas like Funny Mike. Now, shout out to Funny Mike. This little nigga's funny. But, you know what I'm saying? My son, he follow Funny Mike, you know what I'm saying? And, he think this is the way it is, but he don't realize Funny Mike has a gift. I follow the kid right now. I like him. I follow him. So, I'm just saying, shorten your time, you know what I'm saying, and get you a little bit more knowledge under your belt, you know what I'm saying, while you got this device in your hand, all right, y'all? So, much love, people. Be blessed. Hold your head up, you know what I'm saying, and it's your boy, Poetin. We checking out. Peace, y'all.